So, all right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
It's not our fault that Justin Bieber got by Diddy.
It's not our fault that Usher didn't want to get by Diddy anymore.
It's
It is not our fault that Usher didn't want to get by Diddy no more.
At the time, I didn't know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations.
Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes. Okay. Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about. Yeah. Did Jay reach out yet? Nah, Bob. He ghosting. What the is this motherfucker doing? These sweet now, cause I'm in here. It's all good. You about to get out on bail. Nah. Hey yo, check this out. Need you to reach out to the producer. Let these motherfuckers know there's a release date for that new Netflix movie. Alright, Bob. It's just crazy right now. Everybody out there quiet as motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have the last laugh. What about all these lawsuits though, Bob? Ain't none of them getting shit. I ain't worth nothing. Ain't got in my name anyway.
In a startling turn of events, Jaguar Wright has issued a bold warning to Will Smith following the leak of tapes implicating Diddy in a series of questionable activities. The fallout from these recordings has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, with many wondering how deep Diddy's secrets run. Jaguar's message, however, goes beyond just pointing fingers. She implies that Diddy's time in the spotlight may be coming to an end, and now it's Will's turn to face potential repercussions. Jaguar's comments draw attention to Will's past connections with Diddy, particularly his attendance at the music mogul's infamous parties. These gatherings have long been the subject of speculation, and with the recent revelations, Jaguar suggests that Will could find himself caught in a similar web of controversy. Her warning seems to suggest that the consequences of past associations might not remain buried forever, especially when the stakes are this high. You see, she isn't wrong because Diddy and Will Smith have a relationship. Pictures of Will Smith partying with P. Diddy, whose real name is Sean Combs, are making the rounds again, especially after some shocking claims from an old interview with Diddy resurfaced. Now, people are really curious about the connection between these two and whether they're actually friends. Right now, P. Diddy is facing some serious allegations, including trafficking, racketeering, and even transportation for which he has firmly denied, and it seems they've shared a friendship since their early days in the music scene, both rising to fame around the same time. They've been spotted together at various events, partied together, and even chatted about each other in interviews. It's clear there's some history there, but with everything happening now, folks are left wondering just how deep that connection really goes. Will Smith and P. Diddy have definitely been connected since the late 90s and early 2000s. They've been spotted together at plenty of events over the years, which highlights their friendship. Diddy dropped his first song in 1996, and just a year later, Will released his debut single in 1997. Since then, they've been hanging in similar circles. For instance, they were photographed with boxing legend Muhammad Ali back in 2003 at a launch event for Ali's book. Fast forward to 2008, and they were seen together again, this time with Will's son, Jaden, Diddy's son, Christian Combs, and actor Tyrese Gibson at a Columbia Pictures premiere. Their shared history shows just how intertwined their lives have been in the industry. Will Smith made headlines when he attended one of Diddy's infamous parties back in 2004, and with all the recent chatter surrounding Diddy's events, those photos are resurfacing and sparking renewed interest. This particular bash in Miami was quite the spectacle, featuring a buffet served off the chest of a woman, a detail that definitely raised eyebrows and set the tone for what was sure to be a wild night. Despite the unusual display, it seems that the attendees were largely unfazed. Diddy's parties have always had a reputation for pushing boundaries and embracing extravagance, and this event was no exception. Alongside Will, other big names spotted at the party included legendary singer Diana Ross, action star Bruce Willis, and comedic actor Owen Wilson, all of whom added to the star-studded atmosphere. The combination of high-profile guests and outrageous antics is part of what has made Diddy's parties the stuff of legend. As the entertainment industry grapples with the recent allegations against him, these glimpses into the past remind everyone of the glamorous yet controversial world that Diddy has cultivated. For Will Smith, attending such a notorious event highlights a connection to Diddy that stretches back years, and as the drama unfolds, it leaves fans wondering how their friendship might be affected. And you know what? Will Smith and P. Diddy have always seemed to be on good terms, with Diddy even coming to Will's defense during tough moments. A prime example of this was after the infamous incident at the 2022 Oscars, where Will slapped Chris Rock in response to a joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. When Diddy took the stage to introduce a tribute for the 50th anniversary of the Godfather trilogy, he aimed to lighten the mood surrounding the situation. He acknowledged the drama, but tried to put a positive spin on it, saying,
"I did not know that this year was going to be the most exciting Oscars ever. Okay, Will and Chris, we're going to solve that like family at the gold party. Okay? But right now we're moving on with love. Everybody make some noise."
His comments served not only to ease some of the tension in the room, but also highlighted the camaraderie between him and Will. Diddy's attempt to bridge the gap showcased his loyalty as a friend, reinforcing the idea that despite the ups and downs, their bond remains strong. As the fallout from the incident continues to ripple through Hollywood, it's clear that Diddy has been a supportive figure for Will in more ways than one. But it's not like they didn't have issues. Gene Deal has talked a lot about Puff.
I had a certain feeling, and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business, right? I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital.
In a revealing interview, Gene Deal, the former bodyguard of Sean Diddy Combs, shared an intriguing story about a near altercation between Diddy and none other than Will Smith. The tension reportedly stemmed from Diddy's past relationship with Jennifer Lopez, who was a central figure in both men's lives at different points.
He's such a narcissistic that he couldn't stand not being somewhere and not being seen. His whole life, his whole career was about him being seen in the public. It was about him, you know, taking everybody else's dreams and making them his.
The incident took place back in 2000 during a birthday party thrown by Ben Affleck, which attracted a star-studded guest list. Deal recounted how the atmosphere heated up, with Diddy and Will nearly coming to blows over their connections to J-Lo. This brush with conflict highlights the complicated dynamics often present in Hollywood, where relationships and rivalries can intersect in unexpected ways. With both Diddy and Will being major figures in the industry, it's fascinating to hear how personal lives can spark such intense moments. In the same room that night were some big names: Will Smith, his wife Jada Pinkett Smith, Diddy, Jennifer Lopez, and Ben Affleck. According to Gene Deal, the former bodyguard, things got tense because Diddy suspected that Will and Jada might be trying to win over J-Lo and convince her to get close to them. Gene described how he could sense Diddy's unease. "I could tell when Diddy was nervous. At one point he stood up, and from his movements, I could tell something was off," he recalled. The atmosphere must have been electric, with so many high-profile personalities and underlying tensions swirling around. It's a striking reminder of how complicated relationships can get in the world of fame, where feelings and rivalries often collide.
I think Will and Jada is trying to scoop up Jennifer. I want you to stay close, because I'm going to snuff him. I said to myself, Will Smith gonna beat the shit out you. I stay about, if he snuffed Will, I could move slow enough that Will could probably get 2 or 3 punches back in.
The funny thing about this whole story is that Diddy suspected the wrong person. Namely, Jennifer later began a relationship with Ben Affleck, who was also sitting at their table at the time. And this whole thing has been repeated a lot of times over the years, and a lot of people have noticed this incident. A 2023 interview has resurfaced that puts the spotlight back on the rumors surrounding Will Smith, his wife Jada Pinkett Smith, and Sean Diddy Combs. In an awkward moment from last year's Jimmy Kimmel Live, Diddy was asked some personal questions about his relationship with Will, particularly from the time he was dating Jennifer Lopez. During the interview, Kimmel brought up a claim made by a former security guard of Diddy, saying,
I saw a guy on the internet the other day who said he used to be your security guard, who said that when you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on you were gonna beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
Diddy then pulled a face at the host before calling the show crazy and confirmed there is absolutely no truth in the rumor.
I don't know what you're talking about.
One person even shared a clip of it online and wrote, I remember seeing this on October 30th and saying for a brief moment, Diddy looked at Jimmy Kimmel like, you for asking him about his ex-security guard, Gene Deal, alleged stories about him. Diddy's reaction to the question was telling, as he sought to distance himself from the rumor while navigating the delicate topic. The resurfacing of this interview adds another layer to the ongoing scrutiny of Diddy and Will's past interactions. As fans and media alike re-examine their history in light of recent events, it's clear that the dynamics between these stars have always been complex, with past relationships intertwining in unexpected ways. All of this clearly points to the idea that there's something deeper simmering beneath the surface between Will Smith and Diddy. The resurfacing of past rumors, the awkward moments in interviews, and the shared history they have all hint at a complicated relationship that goes beyond mere friendship. The tension from their interactions, whether fueled by jealousy, rivalry, or something more, suggests that their bond has been shaped by both camaraderie and conflict. As fans dig into their past connections, it's evident that their lives have been intertwined in ways that could lead to unresolved feelings. Diddy's discomfort when discussing Will and Jada in interviews reveals that there may be unspoken issues or lingering sentiments that neither party has fully addressed. With the entertainment industry's penchant for drama and intrigue, it's no surprise that their relationship continues to attract attention, leaving many wondering what truly lies behind the headlines. Some people even speculate that Jada Pinkett Smith may have been in on the whole situation, given her unconventional approach to relationships. Throughout her career, Jada has often discussed the idea of an open marriage with Will, which adds another layer of complexity to the narrative. This openness has led some to wonder if she was fully aware of the dynamics between Will and Diddy, especially during their shared history with Jennifer Lopez. Jada has led a life that often defies traditional norms, frequently expressing her belief in exploring love and connections without the usual constraints. This perspective raises questions about whether she was okay with whatever was happening behind closed doors between Will and Diddy. Given the fluid nature of their relationship, it's possible that Jada had her own understanding of the boundaries, or lack thereof, within their marriage. As these discussions resurface in light of recent events, it becomes evident that the Smiths' relationship is as multifaceted as it is controversial, leading to speculation about how much everyone involved really knew and accepted about the connections and interactions between them, and now all of it is coming out. Sean Diddy Combs is currently facing serious legal troubles, having been held on charges of trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation to engage in. In a federal court in New York City, Diddy pleaded not guilty to these allegations, but the gravity of the situation is undeniable. During a hearing late Tuesday afternoon, U.S. Magistrate Judge Robin Tarnofsky decided to hold Combs after hearing arguments from both prosecutors and his legal team. Prosecutors painted a grim picture, claiming that Diddy poses an ongoing and significant danger to the community, has a history of obstructive behavior, and presents a serious risk of flight. In contrast, his attorneys argued for his release on bond, asserting that he should not be detained under such severe circumstances. Despite their efforts, Combs' legal team faced a setback on Wednesday, when their appeal against the detention order was denied. The proceedings have drawn significant public attention, particularly given Diddy's prominence in the entertainment industry, and as the case unfolds, many are watching closely to see how it will impact his career and personal life. All this time, Jaguar Wright has been a vocal critic of Diddy for years, consistently alleging that he was involved in shady dealings and questionable activities long before the current charges came to light. Her warnings about Diddy's behavior have often been dismissed or overlooked, but recent events have proven her right. As the allegations of trafficking and racketeering surfaced, many have started to reevaluate Wright's claims. She has maintained that Diddy operated in a world filled with deception and danger, And now her predictions seem to align with the unfolding legal drama. Jaguar's assertions have not only highlighted her insider knowledge, but also sparked conversations about accountability in the entertainment industry. Now, Jaguar Wright has turned her attention to Will Smith, sending him a pretty clear warning. He needs to get his affairs in order. With all the drama surrounding Diddy and those leaked tapes, she's implying that Will could be next in the hot seat. Jaguar has always been about accountability, and she's not mincing words. She's urging Will to take a hard look at his past connections and current situation, because if any tapes or revelations about him come to light, it could spell serious trouble. Clearly, Hollywood can be really messy, especially when relationships are involved. Jaguar seems to believe the stakes are high, and she's making it known that Will needs to act fast to protect his reputation. As the situation continues to unfold, it's clear she thinks he should be ready for whatever might come his way next. If these tapes do surface, it could open the floodgates for a lot of other revelations about Will Smith, stuff he might not be able to brush off like he did with the Oscar slap. The slap was a high-profile incident, sure, but it was a moment that, while shocking, could eventually fade from the public's memory. But if there are deeper issues or more scandals tied to him that come to light, it could be a different story entirely. The entertainment industry is filled with secrets, and if people start digging, they might uncover details about his relationships, past behaviors, or even his dealings with others in the industry that could complicate his image even further. Given the way social media and public opinion work today, any new information could quickly spiral out of control. Unlike the Oscar incident, which had its own moment of outrage, these potential revelations could paint a broader picture of Will that he may struggle to overcome. If Jaguar's warning holds any weight, Will needs to be prepared for what could be a much tougher battle this time around. So, what do you think? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out on any new videos. And until then, fam, keep it real.